Okay. How's it going, folks? Fáilte arás, I should say, Conasatá Shiv, August Fáilte arás to Tá mé ag fólam Gaelga. It's been a little while since my last class or lesson, Rangana. Take this off, I can hear myself. And so it has been a little bit of a little while, and Tá Brón Orm, Gamaleshgal. So the reason being is we have a new Lanav Nua in the clan. See, my understanding is family or household is there's clan, Mooncher, Chilok, so on and so forth. So we have a new member to the family, Lanav Garrett, and he's Shay Shockton, Shay Shockton weeks old. Shay Shockton Deesh. See, it's Blina Deesh is years. So Shay Shockton Deesh. I keep going to say Blina Deesh, but that's years old. It's Friday. That's the thing with opening these cans of Guinness, is that they're absolutely totally lethal. In that if they're not cold enough when you open them, where am I? Down here. If you open them and they're not cold enough, they're liable to explode. So I'll let this settle for a little while and give it a go. Let's see what explode is in Irish. Explode. Oops. Explode. Pleiska. Let's see now how that's pronounced. Copy, and I'm going to go into tag. No, I'm going to go into Tonglin and see what it says. And it has it down as explosion. And does it have a sound for it? It does. And of course, I have to put these back on. I can't hear. Pleiska. Okay, so it's Pleiska. So I wasn't a million miles off what I was saying. Pleiska. So what I'm doing is I'm basically listening to the sound here on changlin.ie. So what's happened over the last? Well, I'm not sure when I last did one of these. I see the baby's 6 weeks old, so it's before that. 6 to 8 weeks maybe since I've done one. I finished my second round, my second level of basic Irish with Conor na Gaeilge. Got my certificate. I don't have it printed off like I did the last time, but just suffice to say that I got the certificate, and it was good. I enjoyed it. Fiona was excellent. This was an excellent moon tour, Iontach moon tour, and really enjoyed it. So I've signed up to. I'm currently Conor na Gaeilge then have a 3-week intensive course where you can do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for 3 weeks, an hour and a half of intensive Irish, and I signed up for that. And so I've just finished the first week with our moon tour, Colleen, who's an American lady living over here some time now, and she gives the class. I've actually met her online before, because as part of the Conor na Gaeilge lessons, she would do these kind of informal chats on a Friday, and she would host those. So I've been on a couple of those as well. So she's very good. So basically, what this is, that it's every Monday and Tuesday, 7 to half 8. There's different times to suit people, but I signed up for that one because it suits me. And yeah, that's it. You basically go through it. It's so 7 to half 8, but I find that they can run on a little bit, and you can leave if you want at half 8, but sometimes they run on a little bit, and that's okay. That's not a problem. Fiber bit, and they are very good. When I signed in, so it's basically a step up from what I was doing the last time. Excuse me, it's a step up. And I when you log in on what's it called, Zoom, when you log in on Zoom, uh, those people speaking in Irish. There's one, so there's 13 people in the class, and one of the persons, she was Dina, Dina. She was conversing Oscailga to Colleen, and that spooked me a little bit because I thought maybe I've jumped in a little bit too much out of my depth. But it turns out that the bulk of the people are on the class are in a similar situation to myself. But I have to say, they were all as keen as mustard to converse Oscailga. And I'd say I probably am on the lowest. I'd probably say lag Gaelga in that, like, I'm probably the weakest of everyone in the class, and that's okay. But the so when I come on and she was, so the two of them were speaking away in Irish, I wasn't quite sure what was happening. Then we were immediately into a breakout room, and I was in a breakout room with a German lady and a Canadian lady, and the two of them were speaking in Irish as well. And I was a little bit startled by the whole thing because I was like, whoa, I kind of felt like I'd kind of jumped up too far. But then the following night, I was in another breakout room and somebody came in kind of saying, look, my Irish isn't great. And her Irish was particularly good. It was better than mine. But Colleen then came into the chat room, and between the jigs and the reels and the conversation, what it was that Colleen was saying that in some instances, what happens is that some people not lack confidence, but are more comfortable at these lower levels. And what they don't do is they don't move on to a more challenging level. So they tend to be in these classes. And what happens is that it startles people like myself, because you come in and basically all the conversations between this lady and Colleen are Oscailga. And so my view would be, if I could speak Irish as well as her, I wouldn't be in this class. But that's her decision. But it just kind of spooked me a little bit. And but I've kind of calmed down since, and it's going well, and I am enjoying it. So yeah, so week 1 done of week 3 of 3 weeks, three Shockton, and I am enjoying it. The next step would be, presumably they're going to have autumn classes. So again, I'm assuming that they're going to have online stuff. But I'm undecided whether I'm going to go with the online stuff or if I'm going to go and maybe go into Dublin and do it. I think I might do one more course online, given the opportunity, just because with the new baby, it's just more convenient. But I think after that, then if I sign up for another course, I might go in and actually do the physical class in Dublin. And also, I think if there's any kind of trips away to Gale Talks or anything like that, I think what I'll do is I will definitely take part in them, because I am keen to kind of be immersed. I didn't pour that very well, Gamaleshka. So sláinte. Yeah, usually what I do is I pour it all in the one go, and you get a fine big head. And actually, it's quite nice. Tastes quite nice. It's not bad for a canned beer. So what else is going on? I'm still working on my let me see now. Oh. So I'm still working on my Duolingo. So where am I? So just to show you where I am here. I'm finishing off the unit 4. So I'm down to unit 4, and then there's unit 5, and that's unit 5 then. Unit 5 will have me finished the Irish course. Now, I'm at it 216 days. I keep looking up here at the monitor. I'm 216 days at it. So it's taken me 216 days, and I still haven't completed level 4. And it definitely gets a lot tougher. So you can see here, the purple ones are ones that I've fully mastered. So you can see what you do is, when you do each one, the little plates shatter. And what you do then is you have to do them to restore them, and you get 10 points. But what you can do is you can do legendary basically, and you get 40 points. And there's it's usually 2, 3, or 4 levels. And then if you pass the tests with no prompts or hints, it turns them purple. and they don't shatter. But what you can do is you can go in and still practice them. So that's what I do. Now, what I like to do is my strategy here is basically that when I go in to do it, if I don't pass, I don't redo it immediately, because my strategy is that if I haven't passed it the first time, I haven't learned enough. And I think if I did it based on knowing the mistakes, I probably would pass it, but it'd be too easy. So what I do is I go in and do the 10 points to remind me of what the level's about. Then I go for the 40. If I pass, I'll do the next 40. And if I pass that and so on, then obviously I turn the disc purple. But if I don't push it. What I do is I say I leave it and have another go at it at some other stage, because these tend to shatter. It seems random to me, but I don't think it is a random thing. There's some pattern. They must shatter after a few days or a week or something like that as well. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's definitely, I'm kind of working my way down through it. And you can see these ones here are in color, so that means I haven't started them. Or what I did was I did kind of get these kind of started. I did this checkpoint here, and I managed to pass the checkpoint somehow. So that's it. But I still have the grayed out ones are totally, I haven't started them at all. So what did they cover? Politics, science, the imperative, the V imperative, V conditional, business, spiritual, medical, sport, arts, directions, and things like that as well. So I'm looking forward to doing them. So how am I progressing? I was thinking about this today. It's not hard. That's not the right word. It is challenging, though, I have to say. It is challenging trying to remember the words. So, like, for example, one of the questions you're asked is like, it references the word roof, which is Dion. Dion is roof. But I couldn't remember it. No, I'm not spelling it right. It's probably D-I. There we go. D-I fada O-N. D-I fada O-N. And what does it say? How to pronounce this? Dion. Okay, so Dion. And but I'd forgotten it. And this is what I find. This is the hard part. What happens is I'm sitting there and I'm kind of going, I've totally forgotten the word, and it doesn't come to me. Or I'm in the class and you're asked a question or something like that, and you're familiar with the word, but you can't recall it. I don't have that kind of, I don't recall words as quickly as I should. So it is quite challenging, but I think I am definitely getting there. If I'm watching, say, the Nuacht on the telefiche, I'm kind of keeping up better with the gist of the conversation, the Cobra, and I'm definitely if the speech is slow enough, I can kind of, like, so when Colleen is talking, I definitely, although I don't know all the words, I'm better at getting the gist. So that's the thing. So I'll keep plugging away. 200 and something days in, and again, I'm on a 2-year mission here to learn this. Okay, so Shine Guramagat for listening this far. Clish, is it? Clish, that's here, isn't it? Anyway. Okay, so what's next? What's the plan for tonight's? So what I'm going to do now is let me just get it here now. So this is what I was doing lately. I was getting some text from old Leaving Cert tests and translating them. So what I do is I'd get to Gaeilge, translated it to Berla, and then I would that was it basically. So trying to understand the various words. But what this is actually the email from the chap that corresponds with us from Conor na Gaeilge. So this is his email about the course, and what I actually have is then he sends everything bilingually, in that everything that he sends Dá Hangach. So Gá Hangach, see? So everything he sends bilingually, Gá Hangach. And then what I try and do is I try and decipher what it is, but I'm not able to decipher everything. So the plan tonight is I'm going to try and decipher this using Google, and then below I have his actual translation. So I want to see how close we are to getting it right. Tea break. Okay. Anish. Araig Lat, is it? Araig Lynn? Okay. So Cuig 2. Gach Fola Mior Dean Cursa Lunasa. Oh, so there. Okay, yeah, I missed the translation here. So what's he saying here? He's saying Gach Fola Mior Dean Cursa Lunasa. Okay, all learners on August intensive. That's what I'm doing. So Gach, so that's all. Fola Mior. So that's learners. Dean courses, so hard course. So that's obviously an intensive, and Lunas is August. Okay, so I recognize that. Dean being hard. See, it's interesting as well because it's not intensive, and they're saying Dean Corsa. Interesting. A Chorja. So a Chorja. Accordia, friends. Okay, I knew that. I knew that was friends. So let's get the next one. The next sentence. Oh, I'll read it first. Sha nota biog la ragur queer me refust amok egg 1320 kuik gak volmior dean corsalunas. Okay. Sha. This note, so this note small. Le wit ra gor queer me. Wit, I'm not sure, raw gor where may refos. So refos is email a mock out. So with my email that I sent out, oh, I know what this is. This email is in reference to. So what happens is when we get the official email, sometimes they can end up in people's spam. So he sends a separate email that hopefully doesn't end up in your spam. So that's what he's saying. So what he's saying here is just a small note, something, the email that I sent out at 13:20 to all the learners on the August intensive course. Okay, so let's see how do we get on with that one. What does it say? Here's a little note to say that I emailed at 13:20 to all learners on the August. Okay, so here's a little note to say shot noti biog le raw re-raw. Isn't that like to say? Okay, say, yeah, excuse me, say gur. I'm not sure what gur means. I'll have to come back to that one. I'll have to come back to that one and then see font. Anyway, okay, we got that one. That's not too bad. Okay, so what's the next one? Tá gach ólas istíg ann faoi rangana a bheith ag tosú an seachtain seach chuigean. Okay. Tá gach ólas istíg. Tá gach ólas. Ólas is information, isn't it? All of the information is here. Istíg ann is like, so in there. Faoi about rangana, the classes. A bheith tú ag tosú on seachtain seach, so the week coming. I'm not sure what a bheith ag tosú on seachtain seach chuigean. I love that. I don't know what that is. There's something about that phrase on seachtain seach chuigean. I don't know what it is. I just seem to. I really like the sound of it. It contains all the information about classes, which will start next week. Oh, Ektasu must be start. Ektasu on shocked and shockquake. Okay. Next. Shoal May. Copy that. Shoal May on Riafust o Mo Kuntus Ella. Rangana at cng.ie. Orinte Lane dealing má rifust on kuntas shin I duskar no promising. Okay, show me. I'm not sure what show me the email from my other account. Okay, so show me on I don't know, or sometimes see I know it's in reference to them getting deleted, so orinthe sometimes I'm not sure what lean Dylan more email on Gunta Shin I Duskar. Is that like bin or I think I remember it now. You say I'm cheating here now because I know it's spam or something like that as well. So promos. But if you said to me, independent of this email, what was it? I go, I don't know, but I think it means goes into the bin or into spam. Okay, let's see what it says. I sent Sholme. Okay, I sent the email from my other account. Sholme on Refost Oma Kuntis Ella. Huntus Ella. Ranging it, blah blah blah. Sometimes orinthe. My email continues from that account in spam or promotion. So I don't think that's quite right. That continues, and it'd be interesting to see what his actual translation is. Orinthe, sometimes my email continues. So that Lane Dahlon. So that must be continues. My email on Guntus. Oh yeah, from that account. Shin. In spam or promotions. Oh, my promotions, okay. And the last paragraph. Oh, edit, undo, paste, copy. I better read it first. Jen Tamal. The thing about it is that some of these pronunciations I'm terrible, but it's actually there's words that I know. So like there are words like the word Aoife. If you see A-O, but when I know Aoife is pronounced Aoife. So there's things like here when I see G and M and H, I know there's probably a word I know that I pronounce correctly. But when you see it out of context, you tend to pronounce it wrong. Anyway, Jan Tamal Lum Munne Faken to the Refust. So that Jan is make or do, isn't it? So do something lum. Something lum. So lum is on me. Muna. Not sure. Faken. So look you the refust. So is it something like do me a favor? Do me a favor and look in the refust in the refust. Okay. Let's have a look. I think it's going to be something like do me a favor or something like that. Right, okay, let's have a look. Oh, I was way off, right? So Jan Tamal Lum. So please contact me if you do not see your mail. Back into the reef. And see, the other thing I find as well is that what I'm trying to do when I'm learning Irish is I'm trying not to rush it. I have a tendency to rush things a little bit, and I think actually if I stop and calm down, I do interpret things better, because what happens is that sometimes when I rush it and then when I see the translation I go, I knew that. But what happened was I was in such a panic and such a rush to do it that I kind of got it wrong. Okay, that's good. Now let's see what his actual translation is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this and put it above his actual. So let's see how good Google is. Dun, 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 dun. Friends, so okay, here's a little note, just a quick note. Here's a little note to say I sent an email at 13 to all learners on summer term. So here's a little note to say that I emailed at 13:20 all learners on August to all learners. Now you see, I think what's happening is here, I think he's written it in Irish, and then he's rewritten in English but interpreted in somewhere, because it doesn't say summer term. It says August intensive course in Irish. Okay. All information is within regarding the class. It contains all the information about the classes, which shall begin next week, which will start next week. All information is within regarding the classes. It contains all the information about the classes. You see, I think Google's done a better job there. Which shall begin could be just his English. Which shall begin next week, which shall start next week. I sent that email from my Rangana blah 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 account. Sometimes the emails from that account can land in spam or promotions. Alright, so it was promotions. I sent the email from my other account, Rangana, yeah. Sometimes emails from that account can land. So it continues. So obviously the translation of Irish into English doesn't quite work, because clearly he probably doesn't mean continues, but obviously Google translated into the word continues, whereas what he's saying is can land, and I know what he means, into spam or promotions. Okay. And then he has, if you do not see the email, get in touch with me. Please contact me if you do not see your email. Okay, so that's interesting, but I think the thing then is, this is the thing that proves how hard it is. Not hard, I shouldn't say hard, challenging. What makes it challenging is that I'd say when I'm listening to people speaking in Irish, and when they convert it to English, it's not only are they translating the words, but they're putting some kind of spin on it. And that's what I'd say has happened here. So I think maybe, like anything, when we listen to somebody speaking, and so at some stage, hopefully, when I listen to somebody speaking in Irish, I'll be interpreting those words to mean something to me. But the person next to me might interpret it slightly differently. But do we do that in English? Probably not. You see, because I only speak one language, I don't know. I'll have to find this out. Maybe. So, anyway, Shine, Gurmagat, August, thanks very much for subscribing if you did. YouTube told me that 3 people subscribed, which I was surprised at. So, Gurmagat for subscribing. And thanks for any of the comments that you've sent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to park it there, and I will give you an update in the next little while. Whatever happens, it'll presumably be when I finish this course, maybe how I get on with the course, or if I've signed up for something in the autumn term. That's it. Shanae, Slán.